Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. I had so much positive feedback from yesterday's video. Finally, a close game involving a heavy tank that was brawling and doing stuff rather than 4-minute games, that I thought I would give you the ultimate in close combat. And look at this, we have a platoon of 60 TPs. Two 60 TPs, which I guess would make it 120 TP. And they're going to work together, I think. And unknown to them at this point, one of them will have an amazing game. One of them. And he goes on to say that this was one of the most difficult games. Hard game. One of the hardest games he's ever played. He comes around the corner when he comes and he misses his first shot because he was not patient. And his friend bounces his first shot. And of course the IS-7 ammo wrecks him. So we all know already what Wargaming's plan is for this game. We know what the outcome that Wargaming has planned should be. Missed his shot on the move. His friend hit the I-7 in the side, but apparently the tracks absorbed it. And now it's 2 against 1. Oh, you silly, silly IS-7. Now you're going to pay. You're going to pay? Oh, yes, you're going. See? You're going to pay. Because the armor was not hit. We know what Wargaming's plan is in this game. And the IS-7 is fighting 2 versus 1. 260 TPs. And now he's going to pen him. Make him pay. Oh, bullseye, he says. Bullseye. The IS-7 does not relent. He does not give up. Because he's being driven. The IS-7 has been driven by a Muppet. And he escapes. Almost unscathed. Not quite unscathed. Scathed, but not totally scathed. Not unscathed. Just scathed. Try that in your Leopard. So the IS-7 gets away. The IS-7 gets away. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. But does the Conqueror? No. The Conqueror takes 700. Ooh, ooh. The IS-7's back. The IS-7 came back the very next day. The IS-7 came back. They thought he was a goner, but the IS-7 came back. He just couldn't stay away. He's being driven by a Muppet. Not he. It. A shell that did 292 damage. Ammo racked him again. Was it an ammo rack or? It sounded like ammo rattling around there, but I was too busy adding color commentary. And here it comes. Shall we watch the destruction on the eve of destruction? Let's see. The plane is coming. Yeah. I always like watching those. I think that's a good addition. I have to give credit where credit is due. That's probably a decent thing to have added to the game. Although it does change the dynamic of the map in the middle of it. People anticipate it now and they get ready. Oh, they know the plane's coming and they know their hull down position they can get to zoop, really quickly, right? Some players take advantage of it. Some do not. In one life, you're a Unicom war. Wait, we have to see this. The Conqueror's fighting the IS-7, who's still alive, but the IS-7 is saying, oh yeah? Yeah, you want to get me? And the Conqueror loses all his HP. This IS-7 has been a real pain in the ass. And the Conqueror explodes. And the IS-7 pulls up and takes another shot. This we have to deal with this IS-7 before I make my comment. Oh, and he's focusing on the IS-7. The IS-7 should get damage assist for that. This IS-7, he hits him again. Sven Hassel is getting farmed here because of this pesky IS-7 who's going to shoot him again. Here comes the IS-7, but he's going to take... Ooh, and he's finally got him. He finally, that IS, we have to commend that IS-7's super aggressive and annoying gameplay. That was very surprising. What I was going to say was, I forgot what I was going to say. I simply forgot. No, I didn't. I remember. As he bounces the T-30. One of these players is a Unicom World of Tanks player, and one of them is not. The T-30 gets knocked out. And now he's pulling an IS-7 move. He's learned from the IS-7. He's cantilevered over the edge of the cliff, which is, if you were in a real tank, this is where you'd go. It's very safe. It's the realism part of this game. Now he pulls up. He hopes his teammate stays alive because everyone knows it's more fun when you're staying alive, right? Where is he? Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive. 10 shots and 0 hits, says the PZ4. Did you read the chat just below me? The PZ4, there it goes. 10 shots and 0 hits? That's the PZ4. And let's pause it right here. The PZ4 is at K5. He's been sniping. He's got targets everywhere. Look at him. He's got the T-30, the VK. So he's got targets. He types in chat, 10 shots and 0 hits. And I told you guys, after 25 seconds in the game, when these guys bounced and missed their first shots on the IS-7, I told you what the RNG would be in this game and what Wargaming's plans were. I explained it to you. You thought I was kidding. You thought I was just being cheeky. You can tell in the first 25 seconds. Oh, his teammate just exploded. Don't act so surprised, Klaus. Teammates explode every day. You can tell in the first 25 games how your session will be over the next month. But you can tell in the first 25 seconds the RNG overall role that your game has been gifted. You know whether you're going to have 8 out of 10 high rolls or 8 out of 10 low rolls. Or whether you're going to get ammo racked 10% of the hits you get, or you'll be ammo racked 2 out of 3 out of the hits you get. It's kind of predictable. It's kind of, how shall we explain it? Not really random. It's the NRR. It's not RNG, it's NRR. The NRR generator. The not really random generator. But our hero here has adapted, and he's played very carefully and very smartly. He says this is a hard game. He's realized that this is hard. This is what happens. Sometimes you're dealt a hand that's hard. Boom. Yeah. BZ721, take that. How do you like dem apples? And now he could shoot him again. Oops, let's shoot him again. Oh, but you waited too long. You're reloaded now, and he would have been behind cover. So he didn't wait too long. He didn't want to expose himself before he was reloaded, which was smart. But it's a very deceiving game so far because he's got 4,000 damage. Seems to be controlling his flank, but they are losing 8-10. You see the T-30 and the guy that was scooting down the one line? They're just going to die because they've got snipers. Enemy snipers, right? That T-30 is now, well, he could be a problem if he gets behind. Yes, he got behind. The T-30 could be a problem. But they've got a lot of snipers that can take shots on people that scurry down into that corner. So his team just does not have good map positioning. The enemies have the high ground. It's like the arc of enemies and the arc of teammates. And what do they do? Where do they go from here? Where do they go from here? Is it back to the base I fear? he decides not to go back to the base. He decides to move slowly forward and slowly backwards, slowly forwards and slowly backwards, and slowly forwards and slowly backwards, about 23 times. That's his strategy. See? He's constantly getting spotted. So he's obviously out-detected by someone. He does not have the view range or the concealment, which factored together mathematically versus the enemy's view range and concealment allows the enemy to out-detect him and spot him, detect him, while he remains blind to their presence. You see how eloquently I described that phenomena? A mathematical situation, which I described eloquently. So obviously the correct strategy when that happens is to take lower ground. And that is exact right. But oh. Get the BZ, bait the shot, bait the shot, bait the shot, bait the shot, bait. Oh, don't bait the shot that way. That's not baiting. And he's wondering, oh, it went through the cupola. Did you see that? He was surprised, just as I was. I'm going to pause it there again. The NRR, the not really random generator, which we knew at the beginning of the game was going to work like this. Of course he was going to hit the pinpoint pixel that is necessary to damage a hull down 60 TP. Of course. And of course his armor is not... Do I need to describe it in more detail? Oh, he made a mistake though. He did not see the T-30 there. That was his mistake. So let's see if he can actually put a shot into this guy. It's a very difficult game when you've got the not really random generator working against you. And his team has lost more map position. And the Emil 1951 has moved up. Well, that's a pretty poor move. But the PZ4... Oh, and he takes another hit! This is bad. Obviously, the PZ4 that's at K5 has not been able to hit anyone because the Emil 1951, look where he's gotten to without the PZ4 shooting him. We will check the post-game stats on that PZ4, who's been complaining in the chat that, hey, 10 shots, no hits. Maybe he's just X'd out of the game and quit and is in the process of uninstalling World of Tanks. We'll never know. He checks behind him to see if he can get flanked. He can't. The T-30 is finally making a move. This is good. This is very good strategy. It's a hard game, right? These guys have the not really random generator against them. They have to work hard for it, and it's very good teamwork here. The T-30 comes around behind. This guy sees him on the minimap, and hopefully the T-30 can pop up and either cause the BZ to turn to face the T-30 or put a shot into him, one or the other. Either will be a good outcome. And it looks like, yes, he's caused him to turn and he's dead. Perfect teamwork. The T-30 got himself spotted. He had a lot of HP. That guy turned to face the T-30. 60 TP takes advantage. That BZ made a mistake of not pulling behind the rock out of the way before he turned to face the T-30. But once he spotted the T-30, his little sphincter did a little bit of unwilling fluctuations. Boop! A little bit of spasming. And he pooped his little underwear just a little bit. He was scared. And he turned quickly without thinking. That happens. That's called the fight or flight mechanism that we're programmed with in our genetics, right? I'm not kidding. If you go on African safari and they stop the Jeep, you say, look, I got to take a leak. And they stop the Jeep, and you get out of the Jeep and you walk over to the bushes to take a leak. And you're taking a leak, and you look to the right and you see a lion. You're going to do a little bit more than take a leak. You will expel every bodily substance that is inside you from all orifices, and you will sprint back to the Jeep faster than you've ever run before in your life. And you will not even know that you've done this. In fact, afterwards, you will insist that that never happened. You won't even remember it. It's the fight or flight instinct. You will just react without knowing. It's programmed into our genetics. You will not do this. Oh, there's a lion. What do I do now? You won't do that. You won't know what to do. I mean, you won't know what you've done. The not really random generator has not really randomly allowed him to bounce that shot, but now he takes him out. 45 seconds left, and his friend in the T-30, who he can count on, his friend in the T-30 looked like he knew what he was doing. His name is Apple4962. Is going up against the VK7501. And this little sphincter is vibrating. A little bit of involuntary muscle spasm. The T-30 dies. It was his teammate who died. And now it comes down to the wire. They're both one-shots. VK7501K. Formidable tank. On the edge of the map. And he's going straight. He's got 9 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And the VK, like a pussy, drowns himself. That was the fight or flight response that the VK experienced, and will not admit to this day that he purposely drowned himself. His instincts and genetic programming took over. He was so scared when that T-30 showed up. He killed the T-30 and was on a reload, and he was so petrified, knowing that someone else would be coming, that he didn't know what he was doing, and he took off. He chose flight instead of fight. And he paid the price. But Jeepin from the Elves clan aces the tank, comes out on top on what he calls a hard game. And we're going to check here. The PZ4 ends up doing pretty good. Finishing, well, no, let's sort it here. He finished 3rd on XP. But look at his shot totals. 16 shots, 12 hits, 9 penetrations. So when he said he shot 10 times and missed all 10, he was lying. Because he shot 16 and hit 12, which means he only missed 4 in the game. So you are full of shit. And the IS-7 on the enemy team, we have to commend him because he was very annoying, and he played very aggressively, and something I had not seen. He fought 1 versus 2, himself versus 260 TPs, and he held that area for his team, giving his team a chance. Look how he did here. He didn't get very much credit in WNA, but he took 10 shots, hit 8, pen 6. He did almost 3,000 damage. He blocked almost 5,000. He got 1,690 spotting assists. I think this guy is deserving more than what he got there. I think, and you? You chose flight rather than fight. And we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.